What's up? What's all? Oh wow. What's up? What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well out there. Welcome back to another trick tip video. Today's video is on the back tuck, the most universally recognized flip and the most impressive flip to noobs. Screw the double cork, screw the snapu, it's all about the back tuck. It makes the crowds go crazy. So if you want to learn one, or if you want to make the one that you have even better, then you came to the right place. Now, this isn't an in-depth tutorial. If you guys want, I can make one for you guys, just let me know. There's also a bunch of really good tutorials on YouTube. I'll link a couple down in the description below. Feel free to check those out. But in this video, we're gonna go over 5 tips and 5 tricks which personally helped me get my back tuck and help my students get theirs really, really well, yeah? So here's the part where I will always tell you to warm up before you train, so feel free to do whichever warm up you prefer. I do, however, recommend you incorporate straight jumps, backwards rolls, or just hanging knees to the bar, just because they will warm up the motion for a back tuck and kind of get your, not only your muscles, but also your mind mentally ready for the trick. Now that we're warmed up and ready to go, we can move on to trick tip number 1, which is and always will be master the prerequisites. The prerequisite for a backflip, I believe in the most fundamental way, is the backwards roll. A lot of people encounter either mechanical issues or just fear itself when attempting the backflip, and that's because we're not born flipping. Yeah, at least not all of us. I for sure wasn't. I was scared of the back tuck, but it's really easy to get over the fear of going backwards. How? By going backwards and safely. The backwards roll is the easiest way to do this. It's in many ways extremely similar to the back tuck, just like the front roll is similar to the front tuck. So please master your backwards roll before you attempt the back tuck. It's really easy. Just start standing straight up, hands behind your ears, that way you don't hit your head on the way down. Sit down, bring those knees over your head, and don't be afraid to push up with your arms with the momentum. It's really hard to do the backwards roll without that push, yeah? At first, I want you to focus on having a really tight tuck on the way over, and just try to make sure that your knees never touch the ground as you're coming back to your feet. In a back tuck, we don't want to land on our knees, and neither do we on the backwards roll. Now you have your backwards roll perfected and you are ready to move on to the back tuck. My advice, trick tip number 2, is to progress safely towards the back tuck. This can be done by doing a variety of drills just to get you comfortable getting over your head even more so, yeah? Because now we're incorporating a jump and the start of a rotation. If you don't have access to a trampoline or can't go to a trampoline park, times are hard right now, there's plenty of other drills we can do, but for now we're gonna talk about some trampoline drills that I like. I personally love the pullover. The pullover itself is kind of scary at first, but it's okay. Just focus on going straight up, using your knees and to point your hips to start the rotation, landing in the same place pretty much, and pulling over by holding the tuck in. It's really easy, really simple, and a really good way to just have fun and actually get the feeling for going backwards. I love it. Another drill that I really like is practicing the jump and the tuck, falling backwards, starting to learn what makes us flip onto our beds. Really good, really safe, and we can do it at home. Here's also some partner drills you can do if you have anyone at home that's down to help you out, either the homies or the parents. Heck yeah, homies, heck yeah, parents. And also some other drills that you can do at home, either on your couch or off your bed. It's really good to practice the entry into the back tuck, and it's also just as important to start practicing how to land off the back tuck. So once again, I'm gonna refer to the good old backwards roll to work on landing and putting your feet down, coming from that tuck and making sure that your feet land and your legs aren't straight and you're still in a strong position. For trick tip number 3, we're gonna start talking about the mechanics of the flip. So now we're talking about from the beginning, from your feet all the way back over to your feet. And that is to break down the move into the jump, the flip, and the landing. We practice all these drills, and the whole point of these drills is to just ingrain the motion in our heads. We ingrain a straight jump, we ingrain a backwards roll in the air, motion started by the hips, not the head coming back. We'll talk about that later. and the landing also practiced by our drills. If we did our drills, then we're ready to move on to this step really, really easily, and you shouldn't have much trouble with it. Moreover, I really want you to focus on jumping as high as you can, flipping as fast as you can, and really brace yourself for that landing. We want to use our muscles to land. Never land with your legs locked out. That is the 100% biggest thing I want to emphasize with any landing. Yeah, so one more time, jump up as high as you can, set with your arms and shoulders here coming up over your ears, not behind your ears, and then tuck, bring those knees to your hands as fast as you possibly can, and finally land just like you would land a regular squat jump. Yeah. For trick tip number 4, we're going to talk about one specific thing that I see a lot of beginners do. It's a very big mistake and it could lead to a lot of injuries, is not throwing your head backwards. The flip comes from your hips, not your head, not your arms, not eating yourself as far as you can in whatever direction you think is back. Remember, the drills. Trick tip number 1, if you master the backward drill, you'll understand what makes you flip. What makes you flip is actually your knees ascending towards your arms, which are straight up, to the point where your hips start to pull over your head. That's why the pullover is called a pullover. You land on your back and your hips pull you over your head. So I'm gonna have some videos that are gonna demonstrate hopefully my best back tuck or my best attempt at a back tuck for you guys, and I'm gonna try to really emphasize pulling my knees over the head. Really do not do a back tuck where you just throw your head backwards. That can work. You can land a back tuck like that. I've seen a million people land a back tuck like that, but there's a lot of danger involved with that, and it's a lot riskier than just doing a bunch of safe backwards rolls and then stomping it first try. For the 5th and final trick tip, we're going to talk about setting, specifically keeping your head while you're setting. That's going to make sure that you go as high as you can straight up vertically. As soon as you start your flip, you lose all your vertical energy. Yeah, I can jump with as much energy to go as high as I can, but if I start the flip immediately, I'm not going to go high anymore. So for me personally, what helped me the most was looking not straight down, because that's going to turn our head in a weird position. We want to look at a 45 degree down. Yeah, so pick a spot or place a block or something and stare at it the whole time on the way up, and once you initiate the flip, you're not going to see it anymore. But what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that your head cannot fly back, because you have to look at it on the way up. It's going to keep your head straight, and it's going to make sure that the only thing that's going to initiate the flip are your knees pulling to the point where your hips start to pull over your head, as a backflip should. That's going to give you way more height on the back tuck, but make sure you're comfortable with going over your head before you try it. Just like always, I'm going to leave a couple conditioning exercises that you guys can do to improve your back tuck. The back tuck is a skill that doesn't require the most amount of strength. Most people can probably back tuck, but strengthening the necessary muscles will help you so much, specifically your jumping muscles. So your glutes, your quads, your calves, working on driving your shoulders straight up, not backwards. And the hanging tucks are probably some of my favorite, just because they work the exact same muscle. Just make sure that you bring your knees all the way up past your ear, and you really start to feel at what point your hips start to pull over. And now that we've made it to the end of the video, I really hope this helps you guys out. Definitely let me know if it did down in the comments below. Give it a like, subscribe if you want some more videos, and if you didn't like it, then feel free to dislike, but also please do leave a comment what I could do to make my tutorials better. I really want to give as much information as I have to you guys. Yeah, I want to give back to the community. I love this sport, and I want to try and do my best to help either anyone that wants to get into it, or those that want to get better. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support on the last video, and I'm gonna keep making as many videos as I can, for sure, every Monday. And if school and work allow me, I'm gonna try to get at least one more video down a week. So comment down below and let me know what you guys want as the next trick tip, or if you guys want a full tutorial, or if you guys just want something about myself. I can share information about myself, where I came from, where I started, and what my journey was like. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. Have a great day. What's up guys? One last thing, I'm gonna leave here some footage from when I first started my back tuck all the way up to when I first landed my very first one on floor. So definitely hope you guys check it out, maybe find some inspiration, and just remember, you're never gonna do it unless you go out there and actually do it, guys. Good luck out there, be safe, have fun.
I'm sorry. This is my fault.